Alright everyone, if you want to hear more funny hydrogen Hillary Clinton news, I'm thinking about making a playlist just for Hillary Clinton saying off-the-wall stupid shit at this point. Not even a day goes by between episodes of this sometimes. Sometimes you get a reprieve, 3-4 days, Hillary Clinton just lies low. Like the time that she crawled out into the woods to chew on roots and berries, and then she didn't emerge for a couple months. That was great. You didn't hear anything from her. You heard from maybe Huma Abedin, you'd hear something from Bubba Bill. Hillary Clinton was just out there wandering through the wilderness with, I guess, the Secret Service, like eking out a rural existence. Must have been a great time. That's what you need when you lose the presidency. I can remember, though, Al Gore took it even worse. If you can remember, he disappeared for a couple of fucking years and then grew this big-ass beard that I think he's mostly shaved off now. But for a while, he looked like a fucking wild man. I think he did actually literally go out into the mountains to become a hermit for some time. Hillary Clinton's new concern about Dangerous Donald, which is pretty funny, honestly. Her new concern is that he's going to start a nuclear war because he's just going to get, like, angry at some random moment and press the little red button. Which is hilarious to me. It's hypocrisy, because you'll remember when Hillary Clinton was running, and I don't mean, one of the last times she ran for some office, I mean the most recent, as in the last fucking year. What did she say regarding Russia and cyber intrusion? Oh, well, if Russia were to conduct a cyber, intrusion onto some government computer, the DOD, the CIA, something like that, we might have to think of a physical military response. That is, in other words, you're going to start arming the missiles and threatening to attack Russia based on their behavior online. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised considering how much you think that they affected the election, which, by the way, is still bullshit, always was bullshit. You've got this weird propaganda from, like, Facebook, and they say, well, they bought, however many, tens of thousands of dollars of Facebook ads. They could have changed, 10 people's minds. You realize how little ads do in that sense? Political ads of that kind are fundamentally useless in the social media era. I can make a video for free. I pay nothing for it. I can get it out to tens or hundreds of thousands of people for free. I can make 5 or 6 of those videos in a day. If I wanted to make campaign ads, I'll tell you the next form of campaign advertising. You want to know a secret? Because I think I know exactly where things are going. The next form of campaign advertisement won't be in the form of an actual ad. It'll be in the form of YouTubers and similar social media figures with large platforms getting asked to take sums of money in order to essentially back somebody. Wasn't it Neistat himself did that with Hillary Clinton? Like they paid him for an endorsement or some bullshit? I think they did. I might be thinking of the totally wrong person, but I'm pretty sure one of these bigger YouTubers, I think, was approached by the Clinton campaign and given some significant sum of money in the last election. I wouldn't be surprised if politicians do it more and more often. Now, of course, you still got the grassroots apparatus. You got plenty of smaller users that are going to back one person or the other anyway. But for some of those really big users, I think they're going to come to people like us and they're going to start competing to see who can get the endorsement. Simply because we control such a vast flow of information. Like some campaign, you realize how much it would cost to field the sort of campaign ad on TV or on radio that reaches as many people as some of the content does on YouTube among people who literally have nothing more than a webcam. You realize how much it would cost? We're talking about 6-figure sums at least. Well, they would rather use that money for something else. They don't have to hold as many fundraisers. They're going to follow in Donald Trump's footsteps, some of them. Oh yeah, fundraisers be damned. I don't need a lot of money. Let's do this all on social media. It'll be fine. The media is going to talk about me anyway, and then I can just hold some rallies. I'll get private donations. I'll crowdfund my whole electoral bid. They'll do something like that. Hillary Clinton is a total warmonger. She comes out and says, I'm worried he might conduct a nuclear strike. Well, Miss Clinton, you suggested the possibility of going to war with Iran during your first presidential bid. Okay. Back when you were a senator, you not only voted for the Iraq War, which was a Republican war according to everyone in the Democratic Party a year later when it became less popular. It was all of your ideas at first, and you said, oh yeah, what great, we're going to liberate them. Then you conveniently forgot, and so did your fans, because you fixated on Bush so much. Not only did you vote for it, you actually glowingly praised it. In regards to Libya, you not only supported intervention there, which has destroyed the entire country, but then you joked about it afterwards, that, oh, Gaddafi, haha, we came, we saw, he died, what a wonderful time. In Syria, you suggested that it was a good idea, going right over with Obama, going right along with him and Biden and all the others. And by the way, I think Cameron, actually, in the UK, who was still in control at the time, and then the House of Commons shot him down. You supported the idea of intervening in Syria. What do you think would have happened if we had actually started lobbing missiles directly at Assad's forces? On the scale that Obama was actually discussing, then Obama realized how unpopular it was, and he saved your ass. Because as a cop-out, he came out the next day, once he realized in snap polling, oh yeah, 75% of the population is going to absolutely fucking hate me for doing this. He says, oh, but, I support this, but it needs congressional authorization. We don't want to be warmongers now. I need authority. Now, he didn't need authority to do what he was talking about doing. That was a fucking total lie, but his fans gobbled it up. Didn't see him for the warmonger he was. What about Egypt? Oh, let's get the Muslim Spring is here. Muslim Brotherhood now will rule Egypt. What a wonderful time it will be. The people of Egypt have to rise up and literally cast them out themselves with the help of the military, kill a bunch of people because of so much instability. And this has happened over and over and over and over again. Every single time, Hillary Clinton is one step removed from John McCain. Do her fans, do all of these neoliberal partisans even realize how closely related some neocon warhawk like John McCain, some interventionist warhawking nut is to a Clinton? Do they even realize how similar they are? They talk a big game about being so different on foreign policy. Where's the difference? Where's the fucking difference? So far, Trump has struck one Syrian airbase, which I oppose, by the way. He's largely backing off on many endeavors. The next biggest problem that I have with him is the idea of continuing to stay in Afghanistan. Still a low burning presence, just I don't think that his strategy is going to pay off or do anything. The only other field in which he seems to be involved is North Korea. North Korea that actively threatens us, like actually does have WMDs, so not exactly a Saddam situation. Actually is a tyrant state, unlike maybe Libya under Gaddafi or something. Yeah, Gaddafi certainly did weird shit, but he's not a Kim Jong-un exactly. He's not even a Bashar al-Assad, and I wouldn't support intervening there either. North Korea that routinely violates the sovereignty of basically all of its neighbors. They even just got condemned by Russia. Russia went along with the resolution. Some people, I think, were saying, maybe they won't. Maybe they're going to back down and adopt them like they're China 2.0 on the issue. And they didn't do that. China's basically frozen them out on all banking. Now Russia's freezing them out on basically all trade. There's really nobody else for North Korea to turn to. Things will, I think, come to a head there. It's about the only engagement we should be looking at. We shouldn't, when people talk about let's liberate Venezuela, let's liberate Syria, let's liberate Yemen, you're not going to liberate anybody. You don't understand. As long as neocons and neoliberals have control of the funding apparatus of the military, they're going to use any war and try to prolong it as long as they can to make money off of it. The Bush family was doing this during World War II. Did you know this? Like when Prescott was selling fuel oil to the Nazis to prolong the war and making millions and millions of dollars doing so, then got wrapped up in the business plot to try to overthrow the U.S. government. I bet you've never even heard of that. This has been going on for a very long time. That's when the corporate-based military apparatus began to exist. It was FDR that built it, a socialist Democrat. How wonderful about that. But Hillary Clinton's worried that Trump might call a nuclear strike. Now, Hillary Clinton is stupid. She's also, I think, demented at this point, and I'll tell you why. She's starting to show symptoms of not remembering her positions on issues from even a short time ago. It's fairly normal for a politician after some years to flip their position in accordance with public will. Like Obama was against gay marriage when he was running for the Senate in Illinois. He was against gay marriage. He stated it plain as day during an interview. No, I don't believe in it. We want traditional marriage. They can have a civil union. He was a civil union Democrat. In other words, a fucking total coward. Like at that time, I was like, yeah, let gay people get married. Who cares? It's a state contract. A lot of the Democrats were still, no, we're tepid. We're going to be civil union Democrats. We want you to have all the same legal rights. Just please, for the love of God, the Democrat Jesus, please don't call it marriage. Don't call it gay marriage. It makes us uncomfortable. We've got religious voters that back us too in these rural blue districts because they're cowards. So that's fairly normal because years later he pretended that he had been a real star of gay marriage. He did nothing other than not defending DOMA, which is good. I mean, it's better than the alternative, but it's all he did. All he did was refuse to do something. Wonderful. Yeah, you get lots of kudos for that. That was basically Obama's contribution. That and, hey, I lit the White House in rainbow colors after it became legal federally. I'm such a hero. No, you're taking credit for work. The Libertarian Party backed gay marriage in the 70s. Some of the liberal Democrats started backing it in the late 80s, the early 90s. The log cabin Republicans were on board before fucking Obama and Clinton were on board. Clinton opposed it too. Cowards. But now Clinton's not waiting years before she switches something like before, like on gay marriage. Years and years before she's like, I'm not comfy with this. I believe marriage is between a man and a woman. She then, years later, she switches because she realizes, well, if I still continue to hold this position, none of these people are going to vote for me. I need to win these primaries. And then afterwards, I'm going to start rambling about hot sauce again as a dog whistle to all those white Southern voters that might go Democrat because Trump is a New Yorker or something, which is, I think, her strategy, and it fucking failed. Now it's a few months between her switching her mind because originally, during the election, you'll remember this, Trump is too soft on North Korea. You remember when she said this? Oh, I don't think that he has the balls to deal with them. Because he had come out at the time and he had said, well, Kim Jong-un, ultimately, he's still a world leader and, he's kind of okay. I'd like to meet with him. I'd like to negotiate with the North Koreans, which I think he still wants to do. Oh, Trump is soft on North Korea. He's going to get us nuked. And now all of a sudden Trump has said, well, negotiations no longer working. Yeah, that was not going to work. So we're going to put some more cruisers there, some more carriers, and yeah, we'll respond to any aggression. Oh, Trump is too hard on North Korea, she says now. Oh, wow, would you look at that? She went back to being on the left again. I wonder why. Could it be because she's trying to gobble up more support? Now, she's not going to run for office again. She's trying to gobble up support for her basic resist hashtag bullshit. She's not resisting jack shit. She's the anti-resistance. She's the literal face of the Washington, D.C. establishment, that same establishment that long before Trump was in politics, these people were screwing us for decades and decades since the Reaganite era, technically since the end of the Jimmy Carter era. For that length of time, since the boomers were still little shiny-faced youths, these same groups of people have been fucking us up the ass. And you have the gall to say, well, it's just Trump's fault. Everyone else is fine. It's getting to the point. Some of these people now even applaud George W. Bush. Oh, George, at the end of the day, he was kind of cute and harmless. Yeah, except for the whole Iraq war thing. Sorry about the 500,000 dead Iraqi civilians, the thousands of dead U.S. soldiers, and tens of thousands injured. Given PTSD, probably hundreds of thousands of them. Just ignore all that. Bush was a good guy. He was a fun guy. No, he wasn't a fun guy. He was good at pretending to be fun. In other words, he's a lot like Hillary Clinton, except she's not as good at it. She's not as good at pretending to have human emotions. She just randomly overacts or just goes crazy. Like, I think Ramsey had one video where he was talking about how she was basically just demented, like not even necessarily evil so much as just really confused and crazy and old. I kind of want to concur. I would prefer her to be demented so that at least, there's some redeeming quality to her character. Like, yeah, but years ago she was kind of sane, kind of okay. I just don't believe that, though, 100%. Can't do it. I'm sorry. Hillary Clinton is straight up evil. You look at her Weinstein donations there. I'll be covering a little bit of that in the next video. Oh, no, we're not giving this $250,000 back. It already went into charity. It's called the Clinton Foundation. What a wonderful charity. You did such a good job in Haiti. Such a wonderful job. Why was Anthony Weiner in Haiti so much, Miss Clinton? Why was he down there, since we know his proclivities? Why was he down there with all of the young orphans? Was he visiting a girls' school over and over while Huma Abedin was sitting there coordinating? Because she's like, well, at least it won't get on the news because, none of these Americans even care about the Haitian people. I think that's exactly what happened. That and the former president of the Haitian Senate said you were running drugs off of the island. I kind of believe that, too. Oh, yeah, they had cereal boxes full of cocaine and heroin. Yeah, it's plausible. You got to fund things some way or another, and all of your investors, you think that they don't want to pay back. It's basically a legalized mafia activity when you think about it. Only the mafia's got more nobility than a lot of these so-called aid groups. They're just completely corrupted and evil to the to such a high degree that it almost escapes from the realm of them being even human beings. That's about all. Peace out.